Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts89. Well, Moon. I remember this. I remember watching this with my ex, and he had heard something about it being good or something, or intelligent or something, or sophisticated. It's a very slow, very quiet, not a dull film, but just very slow, very quiet, and nothing really happens. There's no action, there's no big drama or anything. It's just a slow unfolding of a very disturbing sort of situation. There's a guy manning a moon because in the future we have to mine the moons because we've used all the resources on Earth and polluted Earth. And he's up there and he's there for, I think it was a 3-year sort of run. And he's looking a bit rough. He's not handling it that well. And he has an accident with one of the rovers or whatever you call them, and it like crashes into one of the mining machines, and he dies, and then he wakes up, and then he gets suspicious and goes out and finds this rover and finds his body, and he realizes that he's a clone, and he realizes that he's one of many clones, and I am unclear what this film is really saying. Are they saying that they cloned someone without their knowledge and put them on this planet to man this station like a robot and just kept recycling him over and over again, and the person they originally cloned him from just went on, like sold their like DNA to have a clone made to be used in that way, like it didn't have any rights? Or did they actually trick a real person into taking this job up and then cloning them when they eventually fell apart from being isolated for too long? It's unclear to me exactly what happens. You find out in the course of this movie that he's been on the moon for about 15 years because the daughter that he had with the woman that he's aware has left him eventually contacts her, and she's 15 and she doesn't know who he is, and she actually goes to speak to her dad, and I'm like, does that mean he's actually there, or is this just someone else that she's remarried, or is he there and this is like his clone that he's sort of sold them to use? And there's some hint after he returns to Earth, you sort of hear this sort of news broadcast in the background where it sounds like the company's being held accountable for abusing clones. So whether that's creating clones and not giving them actual rights and using them like slaves or like cattle or machinery or whatever, or were they doing this without permission? So is it an immoral thing that people were selling off their DNA or their clones, or was it a business that was actually cloning people so they could use them like stock? So it's unclear, but it was unclear to me anyway. But the best part about the film is, it's very quiet, but the environment is totally believable. You really believe you're on the moon. It's not done for spectacle or fantasy or there's nothing fantastic about it. It's just, this is where he works, this is the equipment he uses, and you see him just going around on the moon on the surface and that, and it just is like just normal. It's just, you just believe that you're on the moon and this is just his everyday life. And I love that because it's one of those things I like about Star Trek the Motion Picture is you spend so much time sort of establishing that this is just the 25th century and this is how everything is, and it's not one or two sort of fantastic money shots, beauty shots or whatever, establishing shots to sort of show you where you are. It's like a whole lot of sequences where you really get a sense of this is a real environment that we're in, and it's like that with this, where you spend a lot of time on the moon base, but also with him going around doing his jobs and that, and it looks realistic, and I believed it, and I enjoyed it, and I was disturbed because I didn't remember any of the clone stuff. I just remembered this was a guy who's on the moon alone, and he starts to go a little crazy, was how I remember it. And I thought he started to see things. I didn't realise, I forgot about the whole clone element and a lot of it. It has been 11 years, I think, since I saw the film. I saw it once, either on, I think it was on iTunes, or maybe we actually rented it, I can't remember. But Sam Rockwell, I think, is the actor. He does a very good job. Kevin Spacey plays the voice of the machine, basically, that's there for company for him. I forgot to look it up to see actually how it did. I'm assuming he didn't make a lot of money. It's not exactly a big action-packed thriller or anything. Might want to put Moon Film, Stephen, if you're going to search for this on Wikipedia. Otherwise, it's just going to tell you about the moon. Yeah. but the acting was good. He obviously had to play multiple versions of himself at different points in the film. It was made in 2009, so I must have got it out on DVD. Yeah, Kevin Spacey plays the voice. There's a few other people. Benedict Wong is in there somehow. I don't know what he's doing. But yeah, Sam Rockwell's the main actor, and it made 9.8 million, but it's on a budget of 5 million. So they did a very good job of depicting the moon. I mean, I guess they used a lot of practical elements and not a lot of effects, and that's how they could spend a lot of time and make it believable. But it's still a good film. Like, I do enjoy just the atmosphere and the environment. I just feel like I'm on the moon, and the story isn't as important to me as the atmosphere and the environment, which superficially I find a lot with science fiction and stuff like that. But I'm gonna go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of Moon.